Hey guys, this video is to talk about alcohol. As with the last video, I asked in the Facebook group earlier what people were still struggling with, and a lot of people mentioned alcohol consumption. And I've mentioned it several times before, alcohol is one thing that I'm less good at. I find it, since I've changed my thought processes and habits and all that, I find it fairly easy really to eat healthily and to exercise, but I have never been particularly great with alcohol. Truth be known, if I could drink every night and it have zero effect on my health, there's no hangovers, no effect on my waistline, then I probably would. But ultimately, I can't. And what I find the most useful thing to do, again, it's to really try and change your thought process. So rather than thinking about it being a restriction, about cutting back on alcohol and stopping doing something you want to do, it's question why. Why do we often feel that need to have a drink? And when we really stop and work out what that reason is there something else that can take that place? So often when I get home and fancy a drink, it's generally down to stress. I'm not a massively stressful person, but as I get home, I think I would be a little bit more relaxed if I had a drink or five. So instead, I try and do something else that's going to help with the stress. I've mentioned before, I meditate. People often think that meditation is this strange, mystic Eastern thing where you have to sit cross-legged, half lotus, hands together, ming to yourself. It's not, it's just taking a conscious bit of time to empty your mind and relax. So generally when I feel like a drink, I'll just sit down for a minute or two, close my eyes, just make a conscious effort to empty my mind. And I find that a lot of the time that just helps take enough off the edge of the stress so I feel less like I need the drink. So it's not that I'm restricting myself, it's that I'm putting something else in place to address the reason that I felt like drinking. So what I'd say, if the drink is an issue to varying degrees for people watching this, is really stop and have a think about why that's the case. What is it about drink that you find beneficial? And is there anything else you can put in place to replace it? And as I mentioned in one of the previous drink videos, a real easy win with drink is just to change what you're drinking. So for the guys particularly who might drink several beers when they go out, changing it to something like a gin and tonic, or a vodka, lime and soda, something like that, it's such an easy win. You can still have a great time. I don't think it makes really any difference. Your mates might take the mickey out the first couple of times, but they'll soon get used to it. And it would massively reduce, even just from calories in, calories out alone, the amount of calories in the same amount in terms of how much you would drink, a G&T versus a beer is hugely different, and it'll have a lot lower hormonal impact as well. So at the very least, try replacing the things that you're drinking, and if you can, have a think about why you're having that drink and what else you can put in its place.